Hello and welcome everyone, and thank you all for your entries into the 1,000 subscriber giveaway. I am here today to announce the winner of the die set from Anna Griffin, and it is Deborah Silva. You are the winner. Congratulations. Thank you all for your comments and the kind things that you had to say. Really did feel the love. So Deborah Silva, send me your address at sharcards@gmail.com and I will get your prize out to you. If Deborah doesn't claim her prize within the next 5 days, I will redraw a name and give this away to someone else. All right, so hope I hear from you, Deborah. All right, let's get on with this video. Okay, today's video is a Valentine's video. We'll be making 3 Valentine's Day cards, and I'm going to be using the Sweetheart Impression dies, and I decided to just go to town foiling them. I foiled this heart with gold foil. I foiled this medallion layer, this frame. It did get a little foil in the center, but that's okay, we're covering that up. And the little Cupid, he's got some on his belly, that's okay also. I'm not going for perfection. These hearts here in red. I also did the sentiment dies. Oh my gosh, foiling these impression dies is almost like my favorite thing to do now, because I just love how they come out, even when I mess them up and I have to throw them away and start over. I'm like, no, but they come out so beautifully when they work, so I don't mind. These are just blind embossed. This is just the tag there, or where you can put your sentiment. And then that was a tone on tone with the dye ink that came with the set, and then some flourishes and those are from the flourish impression dies, sorry. And then the heart. So I'm just using all the impression dies, well, not all of them, but a lot of the impression dies. And then the dies I'm using are from the lovely concentric frame dies, and they look like this, so you can see that they have this very nice Valentine's theme with hearts and stuff. And then I'm going to use the anniversary frame dies also, because I'm really loving that trellis looking one in the back and that geometric, and then I'm just going to use those. I actually use all 3 of them, so I'm using all of the dies in both of the sets. And then these are the background layers that I'm going to be using. These 2 are from the basket cardstock set, and they're just layers. And then this one's actual card blank, and I don't remember where it came from. Oh, it came out of the birthday box. And so I'm going to be putting 2 of the cards on the blanks, but I'll add them to cards later. I'm just going to build them up for right now. So the first frame, I used the concentric frame dies to cut out the centers of these. So if you have those dies, definitely use them, cut out the frames. If not, just fussy cut them out with your craft knife or a pair of scissors. And then the background layers, as you can see, I gutted them. And I did that for a reason. One of them I ended up using, the other one I didn't, and you'll see that in a minute. But we're going to take our first layer, which is oh so pretty. It's just light with some really dainty little roses on it. And then we're going to take our geometric from those anniversary dies and put that down on with some foam pads. And then we're just going to be able to see the background of that paper shining through. And I really like that with this. These hearts are so precious. They came from the Treasury die set, and you have to stamp them yourself, and then the die cuts them out. Actually, that's what I'm giving away was one of the Treasury with the stamps and the dies in it. So this came from that, not that specific set, but from the Treasury. And I also saw that for the Win It Wednesday that Anna Griffin is doing, she's also giving away the Treasury. So it's kind of like the Treasury is making a little mini comeback here on my channel and through Anna Griffin. So some of you guys might win it. That'd be awesome. So make sure you comment on Win It Wednesday. Because if you didn't win the dies from me, you can get them from Anna Griffin. You know, she gives away like 20 sets of them every time she does one of those giveaways. So definitely go comment on Win It Wednesday on any of her social media channels. So this is the Blind and Boss in one of the matte foils in a dark pink. I call it purple. She calls it dark pink. But you see we layered those hearts in the background. And now in the background of the impression die is going to go these flowers. And that's just like creating some layers, some dimension, adding some interest, creating some basically like creating some shadows. And then that pretty foiled heart over the top, you know, just really layering this up. I mean, it's going to be for Valentine's, so you have to use all your hearts, right? Heart on heart on heart. And then this cute little rose right on the top just to finish it off. And that just looks oh so pretty, but we're not finished. We have to keep going because we need a sentiment. And then I needed to take my flower off to put my sentiment on. And so let me get that flower put back on where it belongs. And this card is basically finished. It's super duper cute and I really, really love it. And it wasn't too hard to do, but I really got to play with all of my impression dies and then I came up with this. I'm really just loving it. And if you have the impression dies, I say get them out and start to make your Valentines. Okay, with this one, I took the lovely concentric layer and cut out the background frame. And then I took the trellis die and cut it out of the center. So I cut it out twice, one out of white cardstock and one out of pink cardstock. And now I'm putting the white one inside of the pink. And just taping it down with some Scotch tape. You can use foam pads if you want to foam pad it up. But I'm just going to use my Barely Art glitter glue to glue it down as a flat layer because I don't want it to have a whole lot of dimension. I am just really happy with the trellis in the center of this. It looks really, really pretty. And it just adds that extra little bit where you can see through. Also, once again, onto the background layer, which I really, really like. And it's just going to be a light little peek through, like barely visible, but just enough to add that little bit of interest to the card and, you know, give it that wow factor. So we're gonna glue that down. Still liking my Barely Art glitter glue, even though I told you I think I'm gonna still switch back to the art glitter glue. But for now, I am going to be using this. I actually like them both. I just think one is a little bit thicker than the other. Other than that, they're really great glues. I get a lot of questions about glue, so that's why I'm talking about it. So this is the top layer to that background, and it's mounted up on foam pads, and I gutted the center once again intentionally using my concentric frame dies, and you can see so that I could see the trellis coming peeking through. Now this is one of the foil layers. Oh my gosh, I am loving foiling these impression dies, like I keep saying. So if you haven't pulled out your foiling machine, then I highly recommend it. Someone asked me, okay, well, is it going to damage your dies? Because didn't Anna Griffin say don't do it? Well, I've stamped with these even after foiling with them, and they work perfectly fine. So I think that you're good to go. And like I said, I've heard her say in a couple videos that it's okay to foil them. So let's foil on with our impression dies. And this heart, the first heart that I just put down, it actually did not have that messed up part in the to the right, I guess. It's just that I accidentally stuck some tape to it and it pulled off a little bit of the foil. But nobody's going to see it. It's going to get covered up, so it doesn't really matter. And then this little heart just off to the center is really, really cute. Because, you know, on the first one, we put it right down in the middle. So we got to do something a little bit different. We can't just keep doing the same thing over and over. These flowers came out of the china cabinet kit, and they were perfect just to, as little tiny flowers to go over the top of those, to, you know, to match with the flowers that are in the background, just to add a little more dimension. And then this one looks like a bouquet of roses to me. Well, I guess it is a bouquet. It's the tiniest, littlest, cutest bouquet of roses. And so, of course, I put that in the middle. And then we're going to definitely have to have a sentiment. And so this is going to be the banner for the sentiment. And then this one's going to say with love. And then that's going to go over the top because it is Valentine's. And we still have a little bit of time to make our Valentines to send out to people. So, you know, if you have someone that you love, that you have been thinking about and you haven't maybe talked to or something in a while, send them a Valentine. Why not? Okay, so this is the one we're putting on the card base that came out of the birthday card box. And we're just gonna start with our frame. And I just liked the gold frame peeking out of the background, even though I was really sad to cover up the design on that card. I just had to do it. And I gutted the center of this one thinking I was going to use the center for the same card, but like layered over the top. I am not going to do that. So if you're going to recreate this card, you don't need to cut out the center of that background layer. We're not going to use it. So don't do it if you don't need to. But you do need to cut out the one on the top. Well, actually, you don't need to cut out either of them. I cut them out thinking I was going to need to, but I didn't. But it does add a little bit of interest, so why not? Go ahead and do it. And then this layer is just, I really liked that tone on tone. So I used the ink and the paper with the same color. And she talks about doing that. So basically, I was trying all the different ways that she said we can use our impression dies. So we can ink them on just white paper. We can ink them on the same color paper. We can blind emboss with them, and we can foil with them. So we can do so many things with them. So that's why there's different types of things on here. And, you know, just a little flourish in the background. I'm mimicking just the bottom of the heart with these roses here. So trying to put them down in a cute little V shape, just at the bottom to mimic that. And I didn't like that the stems on one of them were sticking out. So I'm going to take my scissors, even though it's going out of frame, I'm just cutting off those little stems off of the bottom of those roses. And then I'm just gonna stick this back down onto our card. And this is gonna really create a really pretty like frame for the heart. I just really like that. And so once those are down, we can just check and make sure that they are centered and that everything looks good on the card. And you can't have just one flourish on your card. So we're going to have another one. But one is layered in the very back, and then this one's going to be layered one layer up. Do you remember when you would, you know, maybe even if you have a Cricut or something, and you would say send to the back or send to the front? That's what I feel like we're doing right now with these flourishes and these flowers. And you know, sometimes I like to take my flowers apart. So these are from a Christmas kit. I'm taking the white flower off because I don't want any white flowers on here. I just want the red one. So I'm gonna peel off the sticker off of the back of here. And then I'm gonna tuck the white flower down in the bottom and kind of hide it. Honestly, maybe I just should have cut it off and used it for something else instead of just hiding it, because then I could have used it. Well, I might, after this video, go and get it back. I'm just frugal like that sometimes. But anyway, just hiding it for right now. And then this one says, just for you. And right in the center, I think that that's adorable. Our little Cupid's gonna go on the top. He's gonna be shooting his arrow at, I guess he's shooting it at our rose. And even though his belly has, you know, some foil, extra foil on it, I'm okay with that. I just left it. And here is a close-up of our card. It is amazing. It's perfect for any Valentine. And I'm still struggling with who I'm going to give these Valentines to. But maybe I won't give them to anyone. But they'll be on hand if ever needed. I forgot to put my bow on my bouquet, so I'm going to go ahead and stick that down. It was supposed to go down before. And now our cards are complete. All right, well, like I said, thank you to everyone who liked, subscribed, commented to get me to 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for watching this video. Share it with a crafty friend, and see you on Friday for Friday Share. Bye.